In this video, I'm going to go over 10 basic, yet useful, yet often overlooked menu features found in Canon Rebel cameras. Let's go. Alright, so let's start off with number 1, which is beep. Beep is found in the first red menu, second from the top, and when enabled, your camera will make a beep sound to indicate that your image is in focus. Beep, beep. If you hold down the shutter release part way when the lens is on automatic, the camera will adjust and then beep when it has achieved focus. Then just push the button the rest of the way to take the picture. So obviously when you turn the beep off, the camera will no longer make the beeping noise. Number 2 is ISO max, which can be found in the third red menu right here. And obviously what this allows you to do is set a maximum ISO for when your camera is in a mode where your ISO is determined by the camera, aka automatic. With a higher ISO, your image will get brighter, but will also start to fall apart and become more noisy. In most cases, I just leave mine at 3200 max when shooting inside or in poor lighting conditions, and drop it to like 400 or 800 max when shooting outside in the day or in good lighting conditions. If at some point I end up needing a higher ISO, I just go in and adjust it manually. Number 3 is grid display, which is in the fourth menu, third one down. On Rebel cameras, there's 2 grids to choose from, the regular 3x3 grid and the 6x4 grid.
There's no Hogwarts without you, Hagrid.
But once you've selected them, you must activate live view mode by clicking on the video record button in order to see them. Basically, they're used to help you line up or frame your shot properly. For example, the 3x3 grid is commonly used to help with the rule of thirds, where you line up your main point of focus at one of the spots where the lines intersect, aka a third of the frame. Number 4 is aspect ratio, which is right below grid display in the fourth red menu. Your camera's default aspect ratio is 3:2, which is the same as traditional photo prints that were 6x4. 4:3 is the aspect ratio of old television sets, while 16:9 is the aspect ratio of most modern HD or 4K UHD displays like TVs, phones, stuff like that. And then finally 1:1 is obviously a square aspect ratio, most notably used by Instagram. So if you want the most seamless transition of your photos to go to Instagram, use 1:1. Number 5 is Histogram Display, which is found at the top of the second blue menu. You can choose between the brightness histogram and the color RGB histogram. But similar to grid display, you'll need to activate live view in order to display the histograms. Once in live view, simply just click display until your selected histogram shows up. I'm not going to get too much into detail about histograms, but just know that for the brightness histogram, too far left probably means your image is underexposed, and too far right means your image is probably overexposed.
Oh no.
Number 6 is auto power off, found at the top of the first yellow menu. This one is pretty self-explanatory, but not everybody knows about it. I mean, for the longest time, I just thought that all DSLR cameras turned off after 30 seconds of not using them. But obviously, I just needed to change this setting. Most of the time, I keep my cameras at 4 minutes or so. But if your camera does fall asleep, just click on any button and it'll wake right back up.
It's alive!
Number 7 is format card, which is 2 down from auto power off in the yellow menu. If you weren't aware, formatting your card will wipe it clean and erase everything. Now, just make sure to only do this if you know that you have transferred everything you need from the card, because once you format, it's all gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
Number 8 is select folder, located 2 below format in the same yellow menu. Now, normally your camera will only have a 100 Canon folder where all your photos will be stored. But as you can see, we can also make new folders to help us sort our photos as we take them. So you might use 100 Canon as your family/general use folder, while if you add a new one like 101 Canon, might be used for like specific events or a photo job or a trip or something like that. And then obviously once you plug that SD card into your computer, just go into DCIM and you'll see all those same folders with all of your pictures sorted just like they were on the camera. Number 9 is screen color, and it's found at the bottom of the same yellow menu. You have 4 options: black, white, gray, and black with kind of green on it. Choose the one that you like best or mix it up here and there. This is just a straight aesthetic choice. And then finally, number 10 is LCD brightness, which is located at the top of the second yellow menu. So basically, if you go to the right, you'll make your LCD brighter, and if you go to the left, you'll make it darker.
It's science.
How you adjust your LCD will depend on your lighting conditions and shooting needs. just make sure to reference your exposure meter and histograms for image exposure, as adjusting the LCD may have an impact on how you perceive the exposure of your images. For example, a brighter LCD might make you think that you're overexposed when you're actually not. And as a bonus, let's also check out clear settings, which is second from the bottom in the third yellow menu. All you need to know about this one is if you've made some changes somewhere in your menu and your settings are kind of off and you can't figure it out, you can just clear every single change that you've made right here. And that's it. That's 10 basic, yet useful, yet often overlooked menu features found in Canon Rebel cameras. If you got something out of this video, make sure to drop a like. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you next time.